Okay. Do you have any particular place you'd like us
No, you
to
just,
sit?
just,
Okay.
yeah. I know you've got to go.
I'm still good.
Okay.
I'm still good. It's all good.
Very impressed with
For 10 years. Yeah. 10 years. Yes. It's not really a trust fund. We just call it our affordable housing fund because it doesn't pay principal every year. But I think we only have to pay each year. So it's all good. I toured one of
Oh,
them.
did you? Okay. Okay. Good morning. And thank you for coming to this celebration this morning. I'm pleased to be joined by many friends of the Housing Authority and affordable housing advocates. I want to acknowledge first and foremost our Housing Authority Board, Joan Whitman, Bill Wilson, Kimberly Scott, Janet Beard, and Sally Hamilton out of the mayor's office. Our Lexington Homeownership Commission, directors Darrell Smith, Shirley Cook, Ken Kearns, Anthony Wright. Thank all of you for what you do on a daily basis here for the Housing Authority. Let me acknowledge staff for all that they do for the Housing Authority and in support of what we do, as well as having prepared for this event. I want to recognize all of our tenants and residents who are here. Let me get you to wave your hand. Some of those, okay. All right. Thank you again for your support. With this partnership between the city and the Housing Authority, Home Dollars, the Mayor's Affordable Housing Trust Fund, there are lots of folks behind the scenes that make this project successful. And I hope they're here today, and I want to at least recognize them. Celia Moore, Stacy Granville, Teresa Reynolds, Mark Putty, Jake Tony, and John Pinson, as well as Jeff Heron with the Office of Homeless Intervention and Intervention. They're behind the scenes. You don't see them every day, but we're filing papers and records and keeping everything, all the dollars straight. We appreciate that. We are equally pleased that our Louisville field office is here to celebrate with us. Charles President, the Kentucky field office director, is with us. Terry Kinsley, and we talk with her kind of on a daily basis, even on her days like today that it's her flex day, but she's here. The portfolio manager, Tim Kitts, the division manager, Carol Spencer. Carol is a long time supporter of the Housing Authority, and I have to say that I worked with her mother hundreds of years ago. You're there. And she was a dedicated, competent supporter of ours, and we see that same in Carol, so we appreciate it. I'm not sure whether, is the Congressman's office here? Okay, all right. Tatum Dale from Congressman Barr, he's done a lot of support on things that are going to happen on this site. So we appreciate that. And all of the other housing advocates that are here, we appreciate it. We're excited this morning as we prepare to cut the ribbon on the latest 5 units of affordable housing that we have developed in this city. Continue to build affordable housing units that are indistinguishable from the private market. Would you not agree with these vibrant colors? These vibrant colors are a stark difference from the red brick row housing we have become accustomed to. It seems like just yesterday when we celebrated the opening of 6 units just 2 blocks from here. In fact, it was just 10 months ago. It's like this is becoming a habit, and you know what? That's not at all a bad idea. We're excited this morning because we can house 5 families who are without housing, giving them a place to call home. 2 of those families will be moving in this afternoon. We're excited this morning because this development reflects what we can do with partnerships. The Urban County government funded our development, and we will provide vouchers and case management. The units are guaranteed for the next 20 years to address those who have been unhoused. We're excited this morning because we have special guests visiting with us. The Principal Assistant Secretary of HUD, Richard Menachie. Oh, I was going to say we're excited about no rain, but I think we're going to scoot this up.
See, there you go.
give a special welcome to Assistant Secretary Minacchio and Field Office Director Spencer. Welcome to our city. We welcome you any day of the week. Today we're celebrating the opening of 5 new townhouses, new affordable homes for 5 families. Once again, the city and the Lexington Fayette Urban County Housing Authority are working together. Austin, I am so proud of our partnership, which has been going on a long time. By working together, we've helped a lot of people, many of them right here in the East End neighborhood. We all understand the importance of and need for more affordable housing in our city. It helps us build strong residents and a vibrant community. These they are really nice. I had a little quick tour before this. These nice quality built townhomes will house families who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. These units are designed for people who have struggled with homelessness for many years, and they need supportive services also. The Housing Authority is currently working with our city's continuum of care to identify eligible residents. We all know that affordable housing is a growing challenge, and we could not meet the demands of the future without our partners, including the Housing Authority, nonprofits, as well as the private sector. Since 2014, and I'm very proud to have been the vice mayor then, when we established our Affordable Housing Fund. Since then, we have invested $47 million in city money in the construction of or the preservation of 3,487 units. That $47 million, see, here's the beauty, the real beauty, has leveraged another $431 million from our private and other public sources. Now, as I conclude, I would like to ask Assistant Secretary Minacchio to join me at the podium. I have a little box with a blue horse on it, which is our modern logo. And I want to thank you for all that you do for affordable housing, and thank you for being here today. And I want to present you with the key to our city. Thank you so much. It's rather large, so we expect him to go around and see what door it opens. I think it'll open all doors. So you are always welcome in Lexington. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my Commissioner of Housing, Advocacy, and Community Development, Charlie Lantern.
Joan, I can vouch for Austin not knowing the meaning of the word no. and I saw way too many of y'all taking notes when he was saying to call me when he needed money. That I don't know where I was 50 years ago. You don't want to know. But 10 years ago, I was right here. 10 years ago today was my first day with the city government. And so since that time, as the mayor mentioned, we've done over 3,000 units of affordable housing. And I'm going to have to update that number soon. It's going to be over 3,500 and then over 4,000 because we've got so many coming. With our increase in funds from $2 million to $5 million, that's going to make a huge difference. So I want to thank Austin. Him and his team do a fabulous job. These units are always just top notch. And we're really fortunate to have you all as partners. These units are especially important because when I started 10 years ago, I started in the Office of Homelessness for the city. And I know from having done that work just how difficult it is for the folks that we're trying to exit that population to get on their feet. And so we're really excited to have units that will work for that population, because it can be very difficult to find housing. I know 5 units doesn't seem like much, but we're chipping it away. And with our big increases coming in this year's budget, we look forward to doing even more. Thank you. Greetings from our affordable housing manager, Rick McQuady, who couldn't be here but does a lot of work on this end. And Austin will be sure to hide our water the next time you come. Thanks.
Thank you, Charlie. And now we're going to have a councilwoman from the 1st District, Townhomes. She has my phone number in her speed dial, and that's okay because I got hers in mine. Councilwoman.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the east end of town. What an honor it is to be a representative for the 1st District. You know, 50 years ago, I was 14 playing basketball at Lexington Junior, getting ready for the awesome career at the University of Kentucky. What an honor it is. And I am standing on the shoulders of Council Member James Brown, who put this into motion before I took this seat. And so what a privilege it is to be standing here. These houses right back here, now you hear me talk about affordability to affordable housing. We're living in affordability. We have some families that will move into these homes. It has given a facelift to the East End area. And I am so excited. I can't wait for Miss Sharon Price and her community action to go in full bloom and full steam ahead as we help children that will be attending, you know, preschool. This is not just one sector of housing. This is a whole community uprising. Divine Karama, it will help as we move toward lessening gun violence. It all ties in.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I hope y'all come back for the ribbon cutting of the Palmer building. That's coming up. So I know I'm giving everybody a plug, but what I also would like to say is this is a foreshadowing of what's going to take place in the Transylvania Park. So when we talk about housing, and even though we're in the East End area, we will have people drive up and down Pemberton, up and down 6th Street, and they will look over and see the wonderful housing units that are here, and then to the families that will be moving in. When our self-esteem is built, when God is leading the way,
Hallelujah.
and you see how he stopped that, I leaned over to Council Brown and I said, I'm going to send up a quick prayer for the rain to stop. And Council Brown leaned over and said, and prayer worked. And so that's how I feel. As long as we're marching, and we're marching in direct order, when we're marching and we're lifting our voices and we're standing together and we look like a community and we act like a community, we become a community.
Yes, ma'am.
East End is a rich area.
Yes, it is.
Right over the hill is Isaac Murphy.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all just finished losing your money at the Kentucky Derby. Thank you, Mayor Gordon. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for the whole team that has brought beauty from ashes.
Yes, ma'am.
And as we march on, we can't wait to see the next development
Yes, ma'am.
as we continue to grow. And as we continue to stand proud to be an East Ender, to benefit Mr. Sims, you keep my name on speed dial. You'll be needing it for the next few years. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you for the citizens of Lexington. Thank you for the East End citizens. Thank you for the community leaders for being here. I love you, and so does God.
We love you.
thank you. Okay. Man said sermon is over, we'll pass the basket.
As for the next affordable housing, get them checks out.
With that, we're gonna ask. Excitement for this site, it's all right, huh?
We don't want to hear those too much.
We're gonna ask Councilman at Large, James Brown, to come and speak. Now, he was the first district councilman, and he is now councilman at large, and I think I can say was the first African American councilman at large.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Sims, and thank you all for being here today. It's always an exciting time to start the day off with a ribbon cutting or a groundbreaking in the East End neighborhood. I see this as a follow-up to the promise that we made when I was on council, the mayor made, when we did a ribbon cutting on the Legacy Trail right in front of the Lyric just a few years ago. And it was that we were going to continue to come to this neighborhood, cut ribbons, break grounds, and do things that not only feel good and are amenities and good aesthetics for the neighborhood, but things that really impacts and changes people's lives, like this development today, which is addressing the most basic need, which is housing. So I just want to thank Mr. Sims and his team for all their continued work in the community and everything that they do. I'd like to thank the mayor and the council for continuing to make a financial commitment to this community, to this neighborhood, and to affordable housing. I'm excited today, not just for this project, but also for the work to come right down the street. So with that, I'll just say thank you all for being here, and thank you for continuing to support us in this community as we look to make it better for the folks that live here. Thank you.
Now we're going to ask Carol Spencer from HUD. Again, I told you, and I can't emphasize how much she has supported this house and how comfortable we feel. And I'd say to the principal assistant secretary, you may have someone as good, but no one better than the Louisville field office. They really are supportive. Carol's going to introduce that special guest.
Thank you, Austin. Just a couple of words, mainly because everyone's taken my script already, but I will say the partnership with the Housing Authority has been very full. Not quite 100 years full, but for a long time. And the Housing Authority is responsible for housing close to 4,500 families in the community, and that's before the special work that they're doing now. So if you're a numbers person, adding 5 units to 4,500 doesn't seem like a whole lot, but if you're a heart person, those 5 families mean a lot. And this community shows that it's a heart community, and it takes those numbers as families. And I would love to know the number of families that you've helped through the years, those 100 years. So, but my main reason for being here today is to introduce our Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary, Richard Minacchio. He will bring you some comments that will tell of his experience walking in your shoes, Austin, and now being on the HUD side to provide some insight into how meaningful these 5 units are.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you very much, Carol, for your great work here. Director Sims, thank you for pointing out how great the partnership is. You know, this is what it's, well, first let me introduce myself. I'm Richard Minacchio, the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for Public Communications. It's a long title. What it means is that, so nationally, my division is responsible for housing 3.5 million families. And it's an honor and a privilege to do that. And it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you. Because, you know, what I've seen here in the short time I've been here and what I've heard is an incredible partnership. And I want to congratulate the city and members of the council, our great director Sims and the PHA board as well as the Congressman's office for their support. Really, the residents are why we do this. And when I heard that we've got 2 residents moving in today, what a phenomenal story. And the residents that are going to be living in this great new housing have either been homeless at one time or another, or at risk of being homeless. This is the way that we're going to solve the affordable housing question in Lexington and in the country. It's about the federal government and the city working together. Very important what we heard here today. I've been to quite a few cities during my 1-year tenure, and I've seen some phenomenal things. But having a city government fund the entirety of the development is phenomenal. City trust funds, 1% of revenue now going for affordable housing. That is an amazing thing, because that's how we're gonna get to the solution. We're gonna have localities like Lexington, state governments, and ultimately the federal government to really together contribute and build our way out of this issue, right? We have to build. This is why we heard in 2 months ago, for the first time, I think in 50 years, we actually had a president talk about housing in the State of the Union, which is, you know, something that is long needed, but is here. We followed up on those comments. President Biden went to Reno and talked about the fact that we have to build, build, build. And we know we have to do that. Housing supply is the issue. Nationwide, we're between 4 and 6 million homes and apartments short, depending on which numbers you look at. But whatever the number, it's obviously a problem whose time has come to solve. That's why the budget for this year, the federal budget, is a historic one. The with Congress's help in passing it, we will build or rehabilitate 2 million homes and apartments in this country. 2 million homes and apartments. And these units here are emblematic, because it's not just a roof over a family's head, but as the director said, and we've heard, you're working with the continuum of care. We're working with not-for-profits to make sure that the families that live here have the services they need, because housing is a platform to lift families and kids to where they need to go and where they can go, because every one of us at one time or another needs some help, right? And that's what we're doing here. This is the American way. We're helping each other realize the American dream. In closing, I'd like to say that all the cities I've been to, and I've really been honored to be on this national tour that I'm on. This is the first key I've got. And I can't tell you what an honor it is to get this. And again, I want to congratulate everybody here, because this is truly a team effort. It's a community effort, and it's an honor for me. Thank you.
Thank you again, Mr. Secretary, for your visit and your comments, and we look forward to meeting with you on future ventures that I shared with you as we drove over this morning. At this point, I want to invite Sierra Johnson, our HCB specialist, to come, and she's going to make some introductions for you. Sierra?
Good morning. My name is Sierra Johnson. Several months ago, my supervisor requested that I come to her office because she had something that she wanted to discuss with me. My thoughts at that time were, what have I done? Upon entering her office, she explained to me that LHA was in the process of constructing 5 townhomes located at Pemberton Street, and that we were offering case management services to the participants that will reside in the townhomes. She asked how I felt about adding this to my caseload. After thinking about it for a second, I responded, sure, I would be happy to. Over the past several weeks, I have met with the families. We have determined program eligibility and have discussions concerning goals for the future. One of our goals is to move forward. Moving forward is important in life if we want to make progress. Forward is defined as toward the front, in the direction that one is facing or traveling onward so as to make progress towards a successful conclusion. As the quote goes, whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome. Participants, let's move forward to self-sufficiency. At this time, I would like to introduce to you two of the families that get the opportunity to move into these beautiful townhomes. We have Michael and Sheila and her family.
My name is Michael Black. This is my little nephew, Zane Vincent, over here. First of all, I would like to thank and express my sincere thanks and gratitude to everyone here who has helped us make this house available to myself and to Zane. We have lived in a motel room for several months, and before that, we were in really bad housing situations with mold, plumbing issues, rodents. And for us to be here is such a huge blessing. To be able to provide a stable home for Zane means the world to me. I've been taking care of Zane now for a few years, for several years. Zane means the world to me. I was asked to take Zane, or he would be relocated to an out-of-state facility. He would be relocated to an out-of-state facility. I didn't hesitate. I love his kid. I'm sorry. Man, I'm sorry. Zane is autistic. He has seizures. He's also funny and sweet. I don't receive a lot of help with Zane. And because of it, I lost a couple of jobs, lost a couple of vehicles. I'm sorry. I lost a couple of businesses, not having the income because I don't get help with it. It's been a struggle, but I'm hoping this will be a turning point for us and a new beginning. I'm so very thankful for everyone who's helped us during our hard times. To those who provided transportation, temporary housing, food, clothing, money for medication and other needs, we could not survive if it was not for your kindness. And I really appreciate it. You all know who you are, and I thank each and every one of you. I look forward to Zane and I getting settled into our new home, and I really look forward to getting back to work so I can help my mother and other people who are struggling like we have. Thank you again for your help. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
First, I would like to thank the Lexington Housing Authority for the beautiful home. It's been a very long year, and some months for me and my family. Also, I'd like to thank my friends and family that's helped support it, and the community action for help with housing until we got our home, as well as helping us get around Lexington. It's been a very, very long struggle for us. We've been without a home for almost a year and 3 months. But with the help of our friends, family, God, help, hope, and faith, we finally got us a place to call home today. And we thank you guys very much for all that you have done. Thank you.
let's do it in front of the podium. And let's do it right in front of the podium.
Okay, y'all right here at me. And great, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, always one more.
Thank you very much.
Again, let me thank you all very much for attending, and would invite you to be sure to go into an apartment and see the Ethan Allen display. And we'll have you back in some months from now when we build something somewhere else. So again, thank you for attending. There is going to be a ribbon cutting right here. Where's Dana?
So you can cut the ribbon. You got to cut the ribbon. You can move it.
You want to just get this with your phone? Okay.
Treat it like a new church. Come and find it, how we go.
Yeah.
Just hanging on.